Now, the main topic for today, Nasdaq TotalView, right? It is what we call the advanced level 2 solution that I'm pleased to say, from the best of knowledge that I know, Webull platform is the only platform currently in Thailand that offers this Nasdaq TotalView platform. And for those who have not really downloaded the Webull app, please do so. Right? I think, and then create the sign on and so on and so forth so that you can start experiencing as I go through the benefit of Nasdaq TotalView. So what is this Nasdaq TotalView? On the right hand side is a display, a GUI or GUI, that Nasdaq system shows the depth data. You can see that it has more than 10, right? Maybe 20, maybe 30. But one thing I want to show is this bottom part. This counter is Tesla. You see this bottom part, total shares 1/million in terms of this shares order. In Nasdaq TotalView, we do not just provide 10 depth, we do not just provide 20 depth, we provide the full depth of book. What does that mean? If today on the bid side, buy side of Tesla, there are 1,000 price level, Nasdaq data give 1,000. Okay? If there are 2,000, Nasdaq data give 2,000. Right? Compared to 10. So for that data, the philosophy is the more the better. Why? I'll share with you why the more is better. But if the local exchange can only give 10, no choice. You will live with 10. But in Nasdaq TotalView, for the US market, we give the full depth of book. And what investment opportunity you can uncover, I'll share with you in subsequent slides. So that's number one. Number two, in the TotalView order price feed, we also shared with you about who is sending the order from the broker, not from the retail investor like you and I. So some of the broker leverage on this who is sending the order from to make their investment decision. For example, you are able to see Goldman sending the order. You are able to see JP Morgan sending the orders, right? So it depends whether the platform will display those data sets, but it's available on Nasdaq TotalView. Okay, 2. Number 3, display of order can be in two forms, and I'm also glad to share with you in Webull app, they use both, you are able to see both display. For example, order by price, meaning same price, many order put together one line. Right? For example, you see this at this price of, where's the price? 224.63. There are 4 orders at the same price. So 4 orders making up of 67 share. Order by price, one line. But Webull app also shows order by, market by order. You are able to see what's inside these 4 orders. They have 2 display. You can choose on the platform. Why does it help you to have 2 view? I'll share with that later. Why it's so useful and important, right? So 2 things you need to know. Number 1, full depth of order book. You are able to see the full depth and the total shares based on the depth to know the buying and selling strength. For example, and I'll have an example later. If you show 10 depth, maybe the buying strength is very high compared to the sell strength based on 10 depth. But here, obviously, you see the selling strength is higher than the buy strength, right? It's 2.8 million share on the sell side and 1.8 million share on the buy side. This is the relative strength sometimes you see on some platform of the market of that stock. Relative buying strength or relative selling strength, which one is stronger? But based on 10 depth, the story is very different versus based on full depth. Right? You may think based on 10 depth, wow, buying strength very high, you go and buy. But actually, if you have the full depth, it's actually people are selling beyond the 10 depth. Right? So having the full depth of book or the more depth information will help you in your investment decision. This is a very important slide, and it's also part of the US market structure. It's also part of your helping you in investment decision. Number one, I want to share with you, the chart below shows the 16 hours of trading in the US market from pre-open 4 a.m. till 8 p.m. Eastern Time. But where is the majority of the volume happening? It is actually happening during the regular trading hours, 9:30 to 4 p.m. and 95% of it are in the regular trading hours. Why? Why? Because the US investor wakes up, the institutional investor wakes up. This is their home market, right? This is their home market where all the action is happening, and which is why the official opening price and official closing price is determined by the regular trading hours. Okay, these are statistics. So a lot of us are trading here, a lot of us are trading here. You think it's a wise decision? I'm not providing any investment advice, but whatever you put here is based on yesterday close or the news that you hear. But the real action starts here, which is 9:30 p.m. Bangkok time. A lot of us are still awake, right? Watching Netflix, watching whatever, right? Not sleep yet, 9:30. So one of the good sound investment is maybe after you put orders or whatever, wait till the price movement starts happening at 9:30. Right? Don't put this order here. And then you can still put, but make sure you monitor the opening, because this is where the market forces comes in and prices converge. The spread converge, because this is where here are all the wider spreads. Because there's no liquidity, right? This is where the liquidity happens in the US market. So some people trade. Hey, how come I keep on losing money of, for example, yeah. So this is one way that you can go, by all means, go and do order, but always check against the opening, especially for Asia time zone, right? For the Asia closing price, we are all asleep, right? For the 8 p.m. or 8 a.m., we are just barely awake. All right, so these are very important information to share with you, that the majority of the trading volume happens during regular trading hours. Now, here I would like to introduce this opening cross and closing cross. And that's another part of the US market structure. In a lot of local exchanges, there's auctioning period. Opening auction and closing period, auction, usually 5-10 minutes. And during this 5-10 minutes, it's a black box, meaning there's no dissemination of data. The exchange will start doing order matching during that 5 minutes. For example, Singapore Exchange opened at 9 o'clock. So 8:55 is the auction period. So that 5-minute black box, they'll start doing matching in their system. And then at 9 o'clock when the market opens, opening price. But in US, the auction period is transparent. The auction period is transparent. How? Because Nasdaq provide the market data for you to see what's happening in the auction period. And why Nasdaq is giving this auction period during 5 minutes before opening, 10 minutes before closing, why we are giving this information via TotalView is because you see this volume here, you see this volume here, all these are very important volume. And who are the one contributing to this volume? The institutional investor. Retail investor, you and I participate. The answer is yes and no. Yes, depending on your broker whether they offer. No is whether the broker offers or not. So that's why it's a yes and no. But majority of this is all institutional investor trying to determine or push or influence the opening price and the closing price. And in the US market, you see why the closing price, closing auction are so active is because a lot of whether institutional investor or ETF issuer wants to find the closing price for their mark to market end of day, right? So that they can announce for the day or the VWAP how they do for the day. That's why there are more active activities for the closing auction. Now, Nasdaq TotalView. Again, just like level 1 data, Nasdaq TotalView, all the 17 exchange will provide their level 2 data. So why is Nasdaq level 2 data or Nasdaq TotalView is the best? So we compare against, just now this gentleman mentioned what is ACA, right? So now I put a nice Z in front so you know which company they come from or which exchange they come from. We compare to one of our competition that also provides that data. And we stack them together based on all the price, from the best price to the 1000 price, right? And this is what we conclude. I'll help you to navigate this chart. NBBO and BBO. What is NBBO? Okay, this is very technical, this is academic. NBBO stands for National Best Bid and Offer. National. So in US term, the national means the overall US best bid offer price. Because there are 17 exchange, one of the price from one of the 17 exchange will be the best in terms of spread, right? So that's called the NBBO. When each exchange provide the price, it is only BBO, not national, only best bid best offer for the exchange. So Nasdaq only provide BBO, but this BBO can also be NBBO if it's the best price at that time. Okay, so for our total view against our competition, based on the first two chart at BBO or better, we have 80% or we have 64% of the best prices in the depth of book. And when you have best prices or smaller spread, it means what? Chances of the price being matched is higher. We all know, narrower the spread, the higher chance of hitting or closing the trade, right? So this is the first matrix. The second matrix is within 1%. 1% means what? If today Tesla is right now doing $200, 1% will be what? $195 or $92 and $202. The spread, that's 1%. And between that price range of 1%, which the market data has the most volume. Again, Nasdaq TotalView has the best depth share. That means all the prices, the volume are all on Nasdaq trading engine. Okay, and then we show all depth, right? And this all depth is, it could be 1,000, it could be 2,000. We are also the most market depth share in Nasdaq TotalView. These are orders, not trades, because these are all price feed. Prices, orders in the depth, not trades yet. Trades, of course, we share with you, Nasdaq is the best. Now these are orders in TotalView. We are also significantly higher against competition. But what does it mean to investor like you, and what does it mean to when you look at the Webull app, the depth data on the Webull app, what does it mean to you and how you make use of this data? Before I go there, this is the exact example I shared earlier. Sorry. This left screen is a mobile app that is based on 20 level. So based on 20 level, it seems that the buying strength, right, this chart is higher than the selling strength. So when a retail investor at this point in time go and see, oh, the price may go up because buying strength is higher, is stronger based on 20, he put in a buy order, whichever level, right? But actually, based on full depth of feed or book, the selling strength is actually higher because there's a lot of orders, big orders queuing beyond 20 levels, right? So is it to buy or to sell? Information, data is important. To buy or not to buy, to sell or not to sell. It's all about data. Investment is your hard-earned money. You want to make the best decision and data helps you to power that, right? So if you have only limited view, so to speak, the outcome will be very different from what you intended to do. So one of the key usage of Nasdaq TotalView full depth of it is to find the support and resistance level. Okay, this is the key part, right? What is support and resistance level? Support level is when a share price goes down, identifying the turning point that the price may go up. So as a retail investor, you want to always buy low, right? Buy low, sell high. So what is the lowest? So you wait. you wait. Then when it turns, I miss, sorry, that's a term that used in Singapore. I missed the chance. Just greedy, huh? Retail mindset. But if you are driven, your investment decision is driven by data, you won't make that emotional decision. It will be based on data, right? And there's a data here that says there's this turning point. And what is this data? There is a big order, Q, sorry, it's a bit small. This is a ticker called F, ticker F, Ford Motors, listed on New York Stock Exchange, the vehicle Ford Motors. There's a big order queued at 11:38 to buy of 115,000 shares. 15 order shares made up by 7 orders queued at 11:38. If you know this in the depth or book, potentially this is the support level. What would you do? It's your investment decision. I can't advise. So if you know there's 11:38, there's a turning point, what price will you queue to buy? 11:39, wow, very greedy, only one spread. But can 11:39. Anyone want to have a safer? You know why he chose 11:39, right? It's a logical decision. 11:38, you queue, you may be behind the queue. You may not get it, right? Wow, so 11:39. What makes you think you can get? So some people say, okay, 11:40, never mind. I lose 2 pips or 2 spread, right? It's okay. So these are some of the logical investment decisions when you see this information. Right? And not wait, when it turned, I missed the chance. All these investment decisions are based on data. His 11:39 is based on data. Plus a bit of greed, sorry. So, you can do 11:40 also, right? If you can't wait, what if it didn't happen? So all these are logical so-called investment decision leveraging on data. So the flip side is, what if you want to sell? This is a ticker of SFIX. It is an online boutique company that sells online boutique or clothes and shoes. There is a resistance level forming. Forming at which price? 540, 50,000 shares, 5 orders. Right? At 540. So you hold this stock, it's in your portfolio. Today you want to sell because it's rising. You wait, hopefully $6. If you do not see the data, there is a resistance level at 540, you wait. After 5, it will never come $6 for this point in time. You will never come based on order book. Right? What happened after 1 hour later, I do not know, but based on current order book, there is a resistance level at 540. With the full depth of book, this is just a very classic example of one up, one down. Because what goes up will come down, what come down will goes up, right? Depending on the intraday liquidity. Especially it's a very liquid stock like Tesla, Amazon, so on and so forth, right? So one day, you are able to see multiple resistance and multiple support level. Because all these price movements are driven by supply and demand. So if you are a day trader, this is where you can leverage on TotalView to identify all these opportunities. Intraday, right? Not just one opportunity like that. Okay? I mentioned 115,000 is a big order. The next example I mentioned 50,000 is a big order. What's a big order? Sometimes 100,000, sometimes 50,000. What's a big order? How do you see what is a big order being queued, buy or sell? All these are going to details, and through your participation, you will learn more. What he's saying is that comparing with the rest of the orders, you look at the order book, for example, on the sell side for the resistance, 300, 1,000, 1,005. Suddenly, there's a 50,000 order being queued at that price level. That's a big order. Same thing, back to the Ford Motors, right? 12,000, 20,000, 15,000, 200, 115,000. That's a big order. Now, to make your investment decision even more sound, and which is what I mentioned about Webull app, you are able to go in and break down and see what is the composite of these 7 big orders. You click, open up 7 orders making up of 150,000. 1, 2 orders are retail, 1 share, 2 share. but there's a big order, maybe by Goldman or JP, there is 100,000. You know, serious stuff. Serious stuff. For example, right? To determine retail, because this at that time, this a $13 stock is still expensive at US dollar, right? So this is one way to help you to make better informed. Step by step is whether you want to go through the effort of distilling the data. And Nasdaq TotalView provide the data, how you analyze, how you display, depending on the broker and the investor. Now, you saw when you come in the Webull app. Webull is one of the leading platform that display the most order depth, 50 levels. Okay, 50 levels. You can't display 1,000 level on a mobile app. Not possible, right? How are you going to scroll on a mobile app, right? Even tablet, also not possible. 50 level makes sense. 10 level also makes sense. So 50 level, you have more information compared to 10 levels, right? Can it be 60? Can it be 70? That's your feedback in future when you share with Webull. They will enhance and, and collaborate, right? So this is very important for you to leverage on whatever available data set that you have.